views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff and management of WWDB-TV.
Where my girls got the sweetest pussy. Welcome to SinCityBounty.com.
There's an intro.
Yeah.
Hi.
That's how we intro. Every show since the year, whenever we fucking started this, 9 years ago, almost.
2010?
No. You know what? It's been 10 years, I think, this year. Because I think we started in 2009.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
and I've been on the show like 6 times.
That's great.
At least. I don't know. I've lost count.
Well, that's how you know we like you.
Ah, very good.
You know what? We have in the past had people get up and walk out before their interview because I think we were talking about butt sex.
Oh, I'll talk about butt sex all day.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of, 2 of my friends are on Facebook. No.
Speaking of butt sex.
Ha!
But,
only one of them gets that joke.
We need a little drum thing.
I'm calling out you, Kayla. No.
Hi, butt sex. We have a butt sex expert that we didn't know was going to be a butt sex expert.
I guarantee those 2 little happy faces were probably from her.
Ha ha. Yes, welcome to the show. We usually have 3 hosts, but they are all in a position of non-existence right now.
They realized they're getting paid the same as the guest.
Yeah, which is nothing. Speaking of paying us, if you'd like to support this show and maybe put us on the road, because that's where we'd like to be, please visit our Patreon page. There is a link in the description of everything we have to our Patreon. If you Google Sin City Bounty, you sure as shit can't miss anything that we have.
Is Patreon worth doing? Somebody suggested to me today that I start a Patreon for my writing projects or other things.
There are a lot of people who are very, very successful at Patreon.
And they're all YouTube celebrities, aren't they?
Not all of them. Some of them are authors. Some of them are artists. And we haven't figured out what the golden rule is because some of them are also podcasters. There's a couple of podcasts that I listen to that make thousands of dollars a month just from Patreon supporters. We've been doing this for 9 or 10, I can't remember how long years, and we make like $26 no, we make $12 a month right now.
This is why you gotta let a tit fall out once in a while.
Yeah, so that violates our terms of service on Facebook.
Oh, sorry, Facebook. I meant boob, not tit. Tit would violate the terms, but boobs are natural. Oh, my God. There's one there.
Titties. Oh. We've offered everything.
Have you lost weight? Because it looks like you've lost it in your boobs.
Yeah. We've offered everything from doing the show in our bikinis to everything for Patreon supporters, and the most we can get is people to pitch in $3 a month so they can be in our super secret Facebook page. There are levels. We do mention your name if you're in the super secret Facebook page. We sometimes post stuff in there, mostly memes that we can't post elsewhere because they're kind of risky.
I'm not even on the super secret Facebook page. So.
You might be, but you're not a Patreon supporter either.
This is true because it sounds too much like Patron, and I've kept them in business for years.
Jack girl myself. When it comes to tequila, Jose's my friend. So
you know what? I still wish I could get here in the States. I mean, I think I can. I'd have to go online and order it. The price has finally gone up to like $18 if you get it in Mexico. All right. And it's called Orendane. Or I'm sure I'm mispronouncing it if you're Mexican.
Is it just a clear bottle?
It's just a clear bottle.
White label with agave on it?
I think so, yeah. Orendain.
I have a bottle of that at home.
It's the best. I love that stuff. It's fantastic.
It's jet fuel.
It's perfect. It's what they drink in Mexico. I had a bottle of that with friends, and I was like the only one not drunk because I was like, this is great. My friend's like, oh my God, I'm going to die. This is the greatest.
It's jet fuel.
It's good stuff.
I bought it to make, to use as an antiseptic because I did some research on it, and it's one of the most long-lasting antiseptics.
Make sure it's the right stuff. I'm telling you, it's good stuff. That's what I want. Well, then if you don't want it, I'll take it.
No, I love it. I don't drink it, but I use it for other things. I'll take a picture of it and send it to you.
I use it for cleaning my sex toys.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I mean, it's a disinfectant, and it's natural. I mean, it burns like a motherfucker. Don't put it inside you. Anywhere.
Butt sex.
Oh my God, that would fucking suck.
Yeah.
Have you ever done that? Have you ever done have you ever done an alcohol enema?
Well, just any part of that sentence I could have answered, actually. Have you ever done that? Yes. Have you ever done a butt? Yes. Have you ever? I could have answered any part of that
At
sentence.
any time.
And then just keep going. What was the full question?
An alcohol enema.
I have never done an enema. Because usually
You're pitching, not receiving?
things come out all just fine. Yeah, I haven't had a need to cleanse. I haven't had a need to. I haven't cleaned. Yeah.
So the butt sex expert and I both agree that before butt sex happens, one should prepare if you are receiving.
Sure.
You should cleanse.
I agree. It doesn't always work that way.
Oh wow.
Because sometimes it's spur of the moment, from what I've heard. When I went to that Mormon lecture on sex.
Listen, everybody who knows the people who come on this show have probably either participated in or have heavily researched butt sex.
I'm just saying. Oh, there's another. Somebody just gave a thumbs up. They must have caught up to the 13-second delay on the butt sex. And really, you should always put 13 seconds between you and butt sex.
Because there's always time for lube.
There is. There's. That's very close to Bill Cosby's old slogan.
Ooh.
There's always room for Jell-O. There's always time for lube. Oh, see, look at all the happy faces now.
But one should never have time for roofies.
Well, you don't really need time for roofies, except if we're talking time for waiting for them to kick in or something.
Yeah.
But I mean, I am on record as saying many times to you in specific, I've never understood the people who feel they need to drug someone to have sex with them. Yeah, I mean,
I feel like I'm at that stage in my life right now.
Well, I'm not saying. I mean, if that's
Would you like some Kool-Aid?
your thing, Kool-Aid, sure. Are we talking like the Jim Jones kind, or are we talking the Bill
More
Cosby
like the Bill
kind?
Cosby kind.
Yeah. But the joke I used to tell in stand-up before you just couldn't ever tell any jokes that were at all dangerous at all is I always said, I like my rape the old-fashioned way. Where's the love?
Oh my God.
And you can't say that now because it's bad. But
it's not acceptable.
But that's the other thing. I'm like, okay, so you've got time to shop for the roofie because I'm assuming you can't just go out to a store. There's not like a roofie R Us. You can't
just walk up to the pharmacist and be like, I'd like the day before pill, please.
Yeah, exactly. And it's the row hipness store ever. It's just like not cool. And so you've taken the time to get your supply of rape drugs. You are obviously putting in the time with somebody, waiting for that moment when the drink is unattended. You've essentially got time to be talking to somebody. You might actually be able to talk them into actual sex.
I have always believed that is possible, but apparently many people believe it's not. And I don't like, okay, if you're into fucking someone unconscious, there is someone who is into being fucked while they're unconscious. Just go find someone who is into the same thing that you are into.
Sure. Well, and I totally, I mean, I do not mean to make light of any of the severity of the thing. I mean, I understand rape is about power and it's about anger. I get it. That being said, dude, you're at a bar already. There's plenty of people there,
You've already, look, in many cases, if you got the girl back to your room and you're already plying her with alcohol, she's at some level.
Well, here's the thing.
There?
If you manage to talk somebody into selling you illegal drugs like that, you're a good talker. You could absolutely get the girl. You could totally do this because it's frowned upon, rightfully so. So
let's not rape people. On either side of the board, by the way. Dudes get raped too, and that's super sad.
I'm reading here. I'm pretty sure the roofie store is a van. I like that. That was pretty good. That was from Timothy Rampage Rush.
Vendetta.
And then lovely Lisa Walters in big capital letters. Always time for lube.
Always. Yeah, I'm a big believer in lube, especially for those holes that don't naturally lubricate themselves with a lubricant you'd want to use anyway.
I don't know what those are when I'm around.
Everything's juicy? Is that what you're
saying? Smooth sailing. It is always smooth sailing when I'm around.
Butt sex, rape. What else can we talk about?
So, okay.
Speaking of rape, no.
Yeah, let's not talk about that book. I want to give these gifts properly, and I can't just give them to one. So I'm applying for jobs right now.
So what kind of jobs are you applying for?
What's the category? Any jobs. I'm applying for any. And I've applied. I'm probably going to apply to a lot more. Oh, my gosh.
It's Toxi.
Toxi's walking in.
Speaking of applying for jobs.
That's right. So anyway, I applied. I've already applied at like 3 or 4 dispensaries. Okay,
Ooh, that would be good for you.
Well, the funny thing is, my question is, do I get disqualified for passing the drug test? Because I have absolutely, like, I don't even know. You tell me a sativa, I'm like, ooh, is that new drug?
Sweetener?
Yeah, that sweetener that makes my coffee taste like vanilla. Is that what that is? I don't know what any of this stuff is. I mean, it's a learning curve like any retail job, but I know they're gonna. At least one of them said you must agree to a drug test, and I'm wondering, does that mean they're just going to put like 60 in front of me and I have to sit there and go, that's French Kush, that's Baba Baba, and I have to just like give every damn name.
That's hilarious.
I'm just curious. Hey, Toxi.
Do you fail for passing the drug test? What I know you were interested in dispensary work at one point.
Right.
Did you ever figure out if you had to be
I work in a whole different field from dispensary, like
now you do.
as far opposite as you can get.
Yeah. And
Like
probably
the
the only
opposite of
field
opposite.
left in Vegas where you can't be high.
Right.
I wonder if my friends are still watching. I don't recognize any of the other names.
Mention us, people.
Say hi. Hey, tell everybody.
Your friend Andy is lonely.
I'm online right now.
I mean, he's afraid I might put roofies in his Kool-Aid.
She would.
She will.
I'm not
She
afraid.
will.
I'm just
Don't
afraid
even
when
afraid,
it will
just-
happen.
Yes.
Yeah, it's more a matter of watching when, for real.
It has never been a secret that I find Andy Martello to be attractive.
The fact that
I don't know what to say to that other than thank you.
You're welcome.
little table
very
empty.
kind.
No.
God damn it! I brought the short cord.
Hold on, let me move
Would
the
you
table.
like to go back
Don't
here?
look at the logo on my cup. Johnny Fever doesn't like advertising for companies that don't pay us.
Okay, my friend Kayla, she's still watching and she's dying. LMAO. Drink the Kool-Aid. She wants me to drink the
You
Kool-Aid.
should do it.
She.
It'll be the best time you never remember.
Oh, I've got
Like-
lots of those.
Oh, me too. Actually, Toxi and I have a couple together.
Some that the only reason we remembered some of it is because
We
there's
had
pictures
pictures
on
on
our
our
phones. And now we're like recreating and we're piecing it together. Like, what's that movie where
It's
he
like
forgets
drunk.
everything?
It's like
and
drunken night crime scene. It's like, whose pool is that? Ooh, I know whose pool that is. Who was that? Oh, that's my Uber driver.
Yeah,
that?
what's
Whose
going
kids
on?
are that? Why do I have photos?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's why. All right.
We also do the text scroll of shame where we go through and find out who we have to
God.
say I'm sorry to.
Yeah.
Bad. That's the worst.
I got to tell you, the cell phone era has revolutionized dating and breakups in ways that I never would have foreseen.
Yeah.
Because
I did
before you really needed to work to do a drunk call. Like you're at a bar, you're upset.
You had to remember a number.
You got to remember a
You
number.
had to have a quarter.
And it's a payphone. Yeah, it's like, oh shit, I must really miss this girl. I've got leftover laundry to take care of. And you pop your laundry quarters in, and then you're like, I miss you. And then you hang up hoping she doesn't know it's you. Well, now it's just like drunk text, like 100 of them
Yeah.
before you even realize you were
And then
drunk.
you're like, oh shit, I sent him my titties too.
How
Yeah.
drunk was I?
Yeah, and in the same respect, I mean, I remember the days when you had to send away your film to a photomat to get a naked picture of a girl.
Right.
And now
then,
I-
like,
they
you're
just-
lucky if they don't, like, I'm shouting. I'm sorry. I'm super
No, go right
hyped
on
from
ahead.
work.
shout
And
into your
then-
Elvis-esque microphone.
And then you know that the photo people have copies and they're jacking off to them.
I would hope so.
So, like,
Yeah.
you're like,
my
oh, I got
nudies.
some titty pictures on here, but
It's the only reason I ever owned a Polaroid was for nudies, so I
Well,
didn't
yeah.
have to send them off.
Yeah, I remember the first time I actually took a photo of a naked person. It was with a Polaroid, and as the click and the flash went off, and I hear the zzz, I just remember, I think I actually said it. I think we just delved into kinky. I don't know. I don't understand. And now, like with
Oh,
a cell
the days
phone,
when a nude photo was kinky.
oh God. Well, you know,
That's so sweet. Now it's more of a greeting. Like,
yeah.
It's like,
Oh, yeah.
hi, would you like to date me? Titties. Like,
Oh, yeah.
instead of good morning, it's like, forget the good mornings. I'm like, oh, there's a penis.
You know, my Galaxy, whatever version this is actually a very light phone. It has gotten heavier from all of the titty pics I've gotten in the last, just since I've owned the phone. And, you know, boobs and vagina as well.
None of
and
them are
ass,
mine.
all that stuff. But no, but
I'm
I'm
shocked because I'm pretty sure I have yours on my phone.
I know you
Probably.
like,
I know I have yours on my phone.
right? So.
But yeah, it's insane. I mean, it's cell phones have changed dating and breakups at the exact same time. Well, and plus
Just the
then there's-
general communication between people.
Oh, I'm going through that right now. There's a potential job that I won't mention because there's still, you know, an ass hairs of hope they're actually calling. I have been working these guys for 2 years to get this job, and since last year, since I got done with the other show, we've been in contact. I've met with the guy several times. Okay, as recently as March 13th, I got an email saying, "Hey, no, we're still transferring things over to the new place. I promise we'll be there." Well, they start their new gig on the 8th. And they still haven't, like, I sent a message on Friday saying, hey, my schedule's a lot freer now. Maybe we could talk some more. Sent a called today, left a message. Nothing, like an actual message at the corporate office of this big company in Las Vegas. Not even a return phone call. Because it's the classic, just like in dating with cell phones, it's okay to ghost people now, apparently. It's absolutely okay to just completely ignore someone.
I will also tell you that a lot of businesses don't check their voicemails as often as you think they do. I know that it is a professional business practice to check your voicemail every single day. And our main voicemail box does get checked every day. But if you leave me a voicemail on my personal line, which hardly ever rings anyway, and when it is, it's usually spam. Like, I go through my voicemails once a week. Because all of my emails say clearly, please email me for a more immediate response. Because I'm never in my office. My job is in the warehouse. I'm mostly out. I am mostly purchasing. I am receiving. I have two 40-foot
I'm often
shipping.
receiving as well.
Yeah, I know you are. I'm in the mouth. I'm receiving two 40-foot containers tomorrow.
That was a blowjob joke, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I
yeah.
just want to make sure.
Whenever I can, I like to
No,
slide
I'm
a
a
dick
dental
job.
hygienist. What are you talking about?
Right, exactly.
I'm not.
So I hardly ever check my voicemails. Businesses don't check their
Communication
voicemails
is just,
often.
I'm just saying.
But if you email me, my little phone goes beep beep, and I don't care if I'm on the fucking forklift. I can bit that bitch out.
Well, I emailed this guy Friday,
Oh,
and I haven't heard from him yet. So they're doing the
I'll
ghosting
just
thing.
jump in and say that companies are taking a lot longer to hire. They're taking a lot longer to choose and vet their candidates and their employees.
because they don't want one of those
And-
like white supremacist things to happen where they have to fire you because you're carrying a torch.
It costs a lot more to replace an employee than to keep an employee.
This is the sort of thing. It's a very time sensitive hire,
Right.
and the longer they take, the more I know. They obviously just
The more-
went with somebody else. But
The more time-sensitive hires, like, I don't give up hope yet, because I find that the more time-sensitive hires sometimes are the worst, because they're left till the very last minute. And assuming everybody, like, all the pieces are going to fall into place at the end, and they don't always. But I don't know. Companies it's a little bit of a different hiring field.
I wish my
when
company
we're
did a
not
little
on the
better.
air, I'll tell you what it is, and you'll be like, "Oh yeah, you're not getting that job,"
Oh.
because literally they have until April.
Is
8th.
it Mickey Mouse? Are you trying to be the
Oh
Mickey
God,
Mouse character?
No, Lord, no.
We can't dress you up in a big furry suit and have you dance around for people?
Never.
Could you do it for fun? Yes?
I think the reason that everybody is being so careful about hiring new people, I mean, look what happened a couple of years ago at 1600 Pennsylvania.
Oh God, that was a terrible
That
hire.
hiring
that was-
decision.
That was a terrible vetting process.
That was not very good. Yeah, but hey,
Yeah.
at least we know he's not a crook.
Ah.
That's cute.
So
Neither was Nixon.
Yeah.
it's true.
Vladimir Putin will be happy.
Oh yeah.
Putting in the Ritz.
So anyway, we got some great jokes here from folks. talking about how heavy the phone is from all. That's big data. That's a good joke.
Big data.
I'm going to steal that one. And if you say it right, it sounds like Big Daddy. And then Abby has told us you can unsend messages on Facebook, and it's awesome. And it's true. I have done that. I have sent my fair share of naughty photos to people and then unsent them and realized, yeah, you can do that.
We have got to figure this out.
Oh, it's
we
easy.
have to figure it out while we're drunk. That's the problem.
No.
That's when.
I'll tell you how to do it. You just go ahead and you.
Can you do it after you've sobered up?
Yeah, I don't send regretful stuff while I'm
Well,
sober.
you got to remember they might see it by then, so you can unsend, a certain.
So what we're going to need is an on-demand sober service. A lot like Lyft and Uber. We can just call it sober, and it's a friend who walks around with you sober
and takes your phone after.
takes your phone and deletes shit.
Yeah.
We need an on-demand
Gets
sober
rid of
service.
stuff.
Okay.
I used to be the on-demand sober service, but I'm not doing it anymore. Not since we have Lyft now.
I have to really limit my drinking because apparently I'm suicidal when I drink these days.
Oh,
so
good
that's
God,
not good.
yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, that's
You
probably
need to
not
smoke
where
more
you
weed.
wanna, yeah.
All right, so here we go. Oh, you can delete your thing within 10 minutes. You have 10 minutes to unsend your message.
Well, that's not happening.
And this is nice.
Minutes, I'm on my next drink.
Toxi, you should do a mini daily professional affirmation podcast. She made me feel better about job searching, and she wasn't even talking to me. How do you know, Timothy?
See?
She was probably talking to you.
Projected right at you.
Probably
It was for
talking
you.
right at you because she
And
sure
you
as
know what?
shit wasn't
I
talking
bet you
to me.
if we did a 5-minute business affirmation podcast, we'd make $1 billion on that, whereas this motherfucker makes $12 a month
On Patreon.
on Patreon. Subscribe! If you're watching us on YouTube, speaking of subscribe, please hit the subscribe button below if you have not already. Hit the bell icon if you'd like to get your notifications so that every time we post a new video, your phone buzzes in your pocket.
We've already talked about dicks and stuff.
Butt sex, anal sex, and how to get a job.
I missed anal sex.
You did. You missed the
Whatever.
butt sex.
We
You also missed all the rape jokes.
did. We had some rape jokes.
No, I'm like, I'm going to get here early, and I'm going to be like, hey, Andy.
And you're like,
Hey,
he's not going to do that
buddy.
one about.
Hey,
and
buddy,
I did it
can we
again.
have no rape jokes this time?
Rape's not funny unless you're fucking a clown.
Hey,
Not
I
even
used to
that-
work for Ringling
oh,
Brothers.
I know.
Yeah,
I so saw that, by the way.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
that's-
is that a
wow.
real thing?
it was. Yeah.
I can never remember if you're the comedian who sometimes juggles or the juggler who is funny.
I
can't
am
ever
the
remember.
comedian who happens to juggle.
That's
But
what it
these
is.
days, I have.
Neither?
What do you call it? Neither? Yeah, I'm the guy who used to be cool and get lots of tit pics in his phone.
You still get lots of tips
Yeah,
on
I
that
do.
phone. Just so
Holy
you know.
Christ, yeah. I got to tell you, life is good when you have a cell phone. It's
Yeah.
fantastic. I used to have to work for every stray
Here
tip.
is-
I used to have to look at like granulated porn hoping to see a nipple
Now
in
you
the
get it in
corner.
4K
watching-
ultra high
Oh.
HD.
You were
It
watching
is-
Cinemax, like, that you didn't want to pay for, and
God.
you were hoping as it flickered on
Yeah,
the
but I'm
TV that
flipping-
you'd catch a nipple.
I didn't even have a remote. I'm standing, flipping through a UHF channel, finding Spectrum or On TV. There's a Chicago cable reference for you. And then, like, it's after hours, and suddenly you're just seeing the wave, and you hear sort of noises, and then it's like, nipple! Nah, no.
Just so you
Just a
know,
toe. There was a
if
toe.
you-
And it's like, I was struggling for every
if you
tit I ever
turn
got.
the dial back and back,
Yeah, oh yeah.
you get a better chance.
Oh, I know, and it actually worked out because it exercised my hand properly for later use.
For
Yeah.
all
Right.
you younger bitches who get free porn on the internet at the click of a click,
Yeah,
this
you-
is what we had to struggle with as children.
Yeah, you guys, you
Or
just
teenagers.
get porn on your little ghost device
We used
that
to
you
have
used
to
to.
buy nudie magazines. Like,
Bye.
I used to have to actually date somebody. I mean, that took effort. That was like, oh my God, I might actually have to date somebody to see a boob
Yeah.
in my hand.
Yeah, not anymore.
No.
You don't even need to know her name,
I'm
really.
going to go to an open mic after this. Is any of this usable? Hey, Facebook, is any of this usable? I'm supposed to.
Yeah.
I hope we saved this because I got to write these down.
it is so saved, and I would go
Okay,
and
so-
definitely use them after.
All right. Okay. I guess I'll do the transcript because I don't have anything to
We
do.
do closed caption
There we go.
when our YouTube video comes up. So we are one of the few shows that are, or at least here, right? That's closed caption.
No, most of them are.
They are.
Yeah.
They were one of the few shows that feature Sierra and I and Elexia. That's closed caption.
You are one of the few shows that the SinCityBounty is on.
And we're one of the few shows, I'm assuming, that are consumed with dick and talk about poop at some point during every show. That's closed caption.
This show slides into
feel.
shit every episode.
There's a poop joke I was going to make, and I can't remember it now. I just lost it.
Yay, a poop joke.
At some point, so it's funny because Elexia is really grossed out about when we
But-
always talk about poop, but she's always
the one who brings it up.
she's always the one who slides us into shit. Always.
It's always the person who talks about how much they hate butt sex that ends up having the most butt sex.
Right?
It's just how it is.
So she just brings up and then she's like, shit, I slid into poop.
Again. It's like
Thank you, Tim. I have a tight 5. That's good. That's a comedy term, too. So he must be in the biz.
He is.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank you, Tim.
I appreciate that.
Is that Vendetta? Rush?
Yes.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, Tim.
5, I assumed
I haven't
was
done stand-up
something-
forever because I've had it, I've been on the road with other shows.
I've got a type 5 I've put together, but I've never done stand-up, so.
I was waiting for a vagina joke there.
Yeah, no, I assumed I was
I
like,
got a tight 5, but can I fit in 6? What?
I can.
can you?
6 inches, yeah.
Oh, 6 inches. I'm like 6 dudes.
From
My
side
mind,
to
I
side? Oh!
Listen, I didn't
Listen,
even
I
go
birthed
to
a baby. I can fit a watermelon out that motherfucker if I try real hard.
I didn't even go to a singular penis of 6 inches. I went to like, you could put 5 dicks in there and maybe a 6th. Like I went right to multiples.
The only
they have to
problem
be
with
close
that-
friends.
Yeah.
We're like fraternity brothers at
The other
least.
physical
In fact,
problem with
probably
that
a
is
fraternity because it's probably roofies that's
their-
happening. Yeah.
Their hips all get in the way. I mean, just doing a DP is difficult to manage.
I've seen enough porn. It's a DP and a TP are very it's very difficult.
It's doable. It's
I mean,
doable though.
One of my sex bucket list things is still to be the roast on the spit. Like I still need to make that happen.
That's a phone call away. Hold on here 1 second. I'll just take care of that.
Don't you want to be the roast on the spit? I've been the meat in the middle, but I've never been the roast on the spit.
I have no
Meet in the
comment.
middle. Wow.
Yes, when you're a lady, and a dude. I'm almost always the lady because I'm the
A lady,
fabulous
a lady,
unicorn.
and a dude. Okay, so you want to be
Dude, lady, dude.
lady, dude. Yeah. You want to be the
The
pig.
roast on the spit.
Yeah, the roast on the spit. I get it. It took me a while.
But do you have to spin?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But I
mean, what?
could.
No. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Like-
Did I say that too loud?
That will require some coordination between the two dudes. They'll have to make eye contact and be like 1, 2, 3. Because it's not like I'm a skinny bitch. You can just like that. That's not happening. I'm not a fucking Wheel of Fortune spinning thing.
I was in a bizarre conversation a while ago, and these guys were talking about how they were doing the Eiffel Tower, which basically is like your scenario,
It's
except
roast- they
they're
high-five.
they're high tenning each other up there, and they were like, "Hey man, you ever done that?" And I said, "No, but I do a great Stonehenge." Because I was like, I don't even know what to talk about. That's right, I did a Stonehenge once. Beat that. There's some druid motherfucking going on. How do you like that? What about that, Tim? Can I use that one?
Stonehenge.
Yeah.
That would be fucking awesome.
If you could, I can't even imagine. Well, I can't imagine it. It came out of my head when I said it. Under pressure, I did a Stonehenge. I just wanted to be in the club.
I wanted to be a monument.
I just wanted to know. I'm supposed to do a guest set tomorrow at a different club, and I told the guy, I haven't done stand up in like 7 years, aside from the same 10 minutes I did for the touring show. So it's like, I don't even know if I have jokes. He said, just talk. You'll say something funny. Just talk. Audiences don't like that when you just talk. You have to talk with purpose. You have to have something.
Purpose.
Did you have, so you had a set for the show. Would you go and were you like, is anyone from Iowa? Like, did you have a set thing that you did?
No, when I was on the touring show, it was all stuff about the show. It was audience warm up to get them all hyped up for all the nonsense we were about to do. And
The witness said it was pretty good.
I once
You did,
had
that's
somebody that I went to school with, and she's like posting on Facebook one time about, like, they were at the show, and they're like, oh my God, it's so awesome. And I'm like, oh my God, you're there, you're there.
I know that guy.
Oh
Yeah, that would regularly happen with people I would know on the East Coast. They'd be like, because that show toured the East Coast way more than it toured over here.
Oh yeah, well, you got to remember, like, the actual television show is on the West Coast, so there's not as much need to have,
the traveling
that show. Right?
Yeah. But it was hilarious because I would see people over there like, oh my God, I'm here. And I'm like, hey, if you get a chance to say hi to the announcer, I know that guy.
Say hi.
Tell him this person from this city, Las Vegas, said hello, and he'll know who it is.
Tell him I've got roofies and boob pics for him.
That's why, I
Roofies
was
and
saying
titties.
before when I walked in, and at first I shared the video while I was driving in the car, which is actually how I have all the tickets that I have. But anyway, beside the point. But what I noticed about the video as I was sharing it illegally was that you were sitting so far away, and I'm like, I'm surprised I did not tune in and you were not on his lap.
In his lap. It was a real struggle for me to stay in my assigned seat.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I thought for sure she'd be like gyrating in here and I don't know.
Lap dancing.
And
Actually, it probably would have just been a video of Andy looking very relaxed.
By himself at the table.
I could use a little relaxation, yeah.
I fit under the table.
All I got to do is make it to April, because I have like 3 different people coming to visit me in the month of April. And a 4th that I might be going to see at the end of the month. So it's like...
So April's the Bangathon.
Apparently. Well, it's good, because if I'm planning on killing myself at the end of the next month, I may as well have like a month's worth of memories.
I assume that's how it works.
Yeah.
I assume so.
Well, you know, if you got to go out with a bang.
Or 4.
Or 4. Or, yeah, I don't know. But I hope to be more relaxed. The problem is I won't be applying for jobs. I'll be too busy taking these people. Oh, let's go to Valley of Fire. Never been there. I've been there. Let's think.
That's the hard part about people coming into town when you live in a tourist city. And so they're like, let's go do these things. And I'm like, they're really not that great and they're overpriced. Let's go do these things. Why would we do that? Because they're priced well and the food's better.
Fortunately, everyone knows that I can't do any of the expensive things right now because I'm saving every dime.
That's why it's a lot of sex. Sex is free. I mean, unless it's
unprotected. Sex is not free.
Unless it's unprotected.
Hang on. Sex is free still in Nevada with the exception of a couple specific counties. Then it costs extra. It does cost a little extra.
Right. And by the way, just to kind of share, because I wouldn't forgive myself if I just let it go. But you did reference suicide, and I don't know if I missed the opening joke or anything, but there is a suicide text line that if you ever do feel...
So I can be ghosted by them? That's not going to help.
If you ever do have a feeling, you know... And
there you go. There's my opener for tomorrow's set.
No.
I texted the suicide text line, and they ghosted me.
Not everybody wants to talk to a person. You know, they get at that point in their life.
Yes, because they're millennial and they have anxiety.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's true. I know you were joking, but there is a text line where you can actually text another trained individual if you ever do have thoughts of suicide. So.
All right. Well, I should stop making light of it because that's how I'm going. So
don't do that.
Well, I didn't say today.
You know what?
After your bangathon.
Right. I'm going to wait till, April 31st.
I think if we 30th. All keep your dick in our mouth long enough, you'll just forget about it.
I like how you included. You're like we as in a group.
Well, I happen to know he has practically
I'm just saying he's not in, right? I mean, he seems unhappy with this.
There's a particular social media group that we're a part of where a person on there who's rather famous has a whole group called So-and-so's Harem, and I think Andy needs to set up a group like that, like Andy's Harem.
Do. And you rotate.
I have said many times that my dream is to live in a nice house. And with a different room for every special little submissive type woman in my life. And then on Sundays they dress like the Robert Palmer girls, and I wear a suit, and we sing and I spray them with hoses and stuff, and then we go to church, whatever. But I need one day a week where the women in my life are all dressed like the Robert Palmer girls. Is that so fucking wrong? Yeah, that would be great.
I think that would be amazing.
I will even I won't insist on the outfit. I will let them pick which video. There are like 3 or 4 to choose from. You can have just the Addicted to Love all black. You could have the I Didn't Mean to Turn You On. You could have the Simply Irresistible. There's like 3 different outfits in that one alone, for God's sake. I just need Robert Palmer girls badly dancing and faking music.
Timothy said, I guess it's an Easter thing. Andy will rise too.
Andy will rise too.
It could be. I don't know.
Andy's Playhouse now open, taking applications. Oh my God, I used to love Pee-wee's Playhouse.
That's my friend Kayla. She's amazing. Yeah, I could. Actually, I could, because there are plenty of times when a woman is in my house and I say one word and she screams.
That is.
That's
right?
See,
that's
now you know I have actually seen the television show Pee-wee's Playhouse.
I think we might have made him blush by just admitting that.
Nah, I can. There are a few women I could say one word and they'll do something very interesting. Actually, one of them is on right now.
I love trigger words.
Yeah. So wait, he was holding up something that said 10. We're done already?
Now
we have
he's
10
giving us
minutes
each
left.
$10
Oh my
because he's
God.
really enjoying the
Is that how much you made on Patreon? Look, my presence alone.
It's our
Tripled our payment.
it's our money board.
Well, then,
like when people call in with pledges.
since we're running out of time, I brought gifts for all the hosts today, and it's
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
2 out of 3. This is kind of like, okay, this is the microphone over here that's in Leonard Skinner that they always set up for the dead Van Zandt. I'm just going to put the book here. I have a book for you called Detailed Pieces of a Shattered Dream by Amanda Blackwood. One trafficking victim's hair-raising escape told in her own words. Nice. And the reason I got this for you is because when I ordered books of my own to deliver to a store, for whatever reason, they sent me 3 of these. And I thought this would make a fine gift for all of the hosts.
This, and as a gift as our guest, Sierra's going to give you a blowjob. So I don't know if you're aware of the perks of the show.
All right.
People bring us gifts and we
warm up.
reciprocate.
All right.
In the parking lot.
In the parking lot.
Yeah, that's right.
Blowjobs in the parking
That
lot.
is awesome.
So yes, and I was actually going to contact the author and say, hey, would you just like your books? I'm sure you could sell them yourself. And then it dawned on me, no. Very rarely do guests on a show bring gifts for the host.
Right.
Usually it's like some television or radio show, and they're like hoping they get a coffee mug or a T-shirt or something. So I brought
Although
gifts
Julie
for you
brought
guys.
us
Ambi and Julie are
cookies.
going to chime in and be like, we brought cookies.
And by the way, just to share, remember those cookies that were on a few weeks ago?
Yeah.
My daughter and I stopped by there because we were leaving and we're like, oh, that's that place from the cookies that, Julie brought on the show. And my daughter goes in, she comes out, she's like, they're $3 each.
They are. They're expensive, but they're good. We were actually over by them when my sister was in town because one of the places she likes to do breakfast at is there.
It's right there.
But they're closed on, what fucking day was that we went? Sundays. They're closed on Sundays. But every employee walked into the store. I guess they bake on Sundays, so.
And yes, Tim, it does pay to be a guest.
It does.
Although our guest last week did offer me fisting services. So,
Thor Johnson?
yeah.
He's always good for that.
I'm right here.
I mean, I'm just.
And
I'm
he has
just
smaller
saying.
hands. Those will go in easier.
I do.
Right. I mean,
And I know,
love the books.
and I
I'm
know you have to go.
appreciative.
I know you have to go in like that. Yeah, I know the secrets. It's all good. Too many of these guys are like, all right, I'm gonna do this. No, you don't.
No,
you
you don't donkey punch the bitch.
Yeah, come on.
Go in slow and steady.
This is not Street Fighter 2. You're not. You're not doing that.
Finish him.
There's not candy inside, and you're breaking the piñata. Like,
Well, there might be candy inside. I am a fat girl after all.
there might be some Skittles I left in from
The last time you were down there?
I leave candy where,
Just leave
just
candy.
in case.
Candy
In case she's
works.
saving it for later.
It's candy works. It's all good.
You never want to be in the middle of something and go, God, I wish I had some Skittles. You just gotta go.
I will take your word for it
Taste
on
the
this.
rainbow.
Shittles. Sorry.
I was gonna say there's at least one place I don't. I mean, the candy would be an improvement in at least one place, but it still would be kind of shitty.
It's still a little shitty.
Yeah, it's
Oh, God. Did we
Butt sex.
talk about your books?
my books.
Yes. I missed the beginning. But
we
We
let's
talked
sort of
about how
did.
terrible self-publishing is.
Yeah, we talked about how nobody actually buys or reads books. We did talk about that. That was a Facebook exclusive.
So one of the reasons.
But I have 4 books out, 3 books you can purchase. So yeah.
What's up with the 4th book? Why can't we purchase it?
The show I used to work on said I couldn't sell it anymore. Yes. I'm not giving them the benefit of the doubt.
You
And,
can't just change a few names?
it's beyond that.
The
It's-
cover was pretty specific.
Yeah,
I mean, wasn't
yes
it?
And, yes and no. I mean, it's everything I talked about. They say violated the confidentiality agreement. I'm like, well, everything happened in public, in front of thousands of people. So what's confidential about it? Right. And they said, well, you wouldn't have had access to these people to talk to if it weren't for our job. So that all falls under the umbrella of confidentiality. And I said, so why did you waste a year of my time making me retrofit it and take everything out if after it's published I can't put it out? I don't know, Andy. Oh, thank you. That's good.
Do you have any copies left?
I have a couple. Do you need one?
I'd like one.
All right.
Tell me what it's worth.
Well, if you go on Amazon right now, there's somebody who claims to have versions that they could sell for like $225.
What?
So it's like I feel like I should put them online and see if I can get $225 for it. But I have a feeling it'll be worth about the same, $5 to $15 anyway. But I would just give you a copy,
I'll pay for it in blowjobs.
Well, in that case, I'll give you several books.
Oh God, that's millions of
The
blowjobs.
perks of being on this show.
But yes, I have 3 books. My name's Andy Martello. Go to Amazon. Please buy them because I'm going to be homeless soon.
So your number 1 seller though is the first book you published, right?
Yeah, that's the best one. In fact, that's one that got me fired from my last job. Yeah, it's called The King of Casinos. Yeah, that's a long story I can't talk about either.
So many stories.
It's called King of Casinos, Willie Martello and the El Rey Club. The unreal but true story about a little-known casino in Searchlight, Nevada, and how it changed Las Vegas forever. See, I am good at the elevator pitch. I'm good at it.
It's a really good book. It's very fascinating.
thank
The
you.
whole history and everything behind it. It's a super good book. If you're into history,
Books.
if you're into mob history, if you're into Vegas history, if you're into political history, because there's a little bit in there about a senator or
About Harry Reid. Yeah.
So
If you're into masturbation material and you like just,
pull up
all
his
the
poems.
things she
I am-
listed
tell you what,
while you masturbate.
Maybe I will set up a Patreon. So you've read some of my dirty stories.
have.
So
They're
I'm
good.
working on a book of erotica under a pen name. So maybe I should set up a Patreon for
A
that.
penna's
Is it
name.
Andy Bartello?
Is it?
Yes,
No, it would be
that's-
Randy Bartello.
Randy Bartello. That's my name. You should read it too. It's good stuff. She can't get to the next story because she's still flustered over the first one.
It's weak. You call it flustered.
I like that.
You
Big
call
pen.
it flustered. She's just waiting for the recharge on her toys.
Oh, I got you.
And then she'll get to the next
All
one.
I know
Like,
is
it takes time.
she's all a Twitter in her nethers.
I'm a tingling in my no-no zone.
And then I have another book called Andy Martello's Stupid Stories About Famous People.
That's the one you can't sell anymore?
No, I could sell that one. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. The other one I can't sell, but I could sell that one. And actually, I do sell that one. That one is very popular as well.
So the one that you can't sell now becomes very intriguing. I mean, it's almost like heroin.
It's
You're
my
not
first
supposed to
banned
do
book.
it.
Yeah, it's
illegal.
It takes some
Makes it
authors
sound
years to
interesting.
get banned.
I know. I mean,
You also
you
have-
could look it up. It's on Amazon. Like it'll still pop up. It just says this book is out of print.
Is your book of poetry still up?
My book of poetry is still up.
That's some good shit right there.
Aw, thank you. I might expand that this year, and put in some other stuff. I don't know.
A nom du plume.
And yes, a non de plume. Thank you. Well, I guess we're done here. What the hell?
What was that, 30 seconds? Oh, shit.
Bye. Bye. Bye YouTube. Bye
I'm
Facebook.
Sierra.
Toxi.
I'm not going to be here next month.
Fuck, we can't even remember how to end this show ever.
Bye.
Fuck it. Support us on Patreon.
Yeah.
Peace out, bitches.
I want $28
See
for
you
them.
next week.
If you're brave
brave
enough.
enough. Later, bitches.
She remembers.